Sean Combs is a monster.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there was cameras.
Nobody's shooting me. Nobody's shooting me.
Something is not right with this.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think is going through Christian Combs' mind when he got served these legal papers? Granted, it is a civil suit. This is not a federal indictment or anything, but I mean, it could lead to that, as many things have happened with Diddy that have led from civil to a federal type charge. But it's real now. I mean, he himself is getting, it's not just rumors that he's been involved in this or that. There's actual legal paperwork that's been drawn up.
I was told that Puffy wasn't too happy about anyone who had a relationship with Kimberly. I was very much under, listen, you promise on our son's life, just stay out of the way. Don't do this, don't get involved. Being told, please, don't do that tough guy Mount Vernon. You will get killed.
The walls are closing in on Diddy, and it seems like he's not the only one who's going to go down. According to the latest rumors, his son Christian Combs might end up sharing a cell block with dear old dad as well. See, I'll be sure just made waves by. Finally stepping up and talking about the passing of his beloved wife, Kim Porter's untimely passing has been one of the greatest mysteries in the industry, with many folks pointing their fingers at Diddy. However, the story just took another wild turn. According to Diddy's own son Christian, helped him cover up what he did to Kim. But the truth's unraveling now, and Christian might want to call Diddy for some advice. Just what did Al say? Did Christian really cover for his dad? And if so, why? Let's find out. So remember Courtney Burgess. For those of you who don't know, he's an important witness who stepped forward shortly after Diddy's indictment with some incriminating evidence. According to TMZ, Burgess claimed that Porter granted him the rights to her intellectual property before her passing in 2018. According to his lawyer Ariel Mitchell, Courtney met Kim through a mutual friend, a music producer. Later on in a separate phone call, she told Courtney that she was going to give him a copy of her diary, the one that she had been working on before her passing, before sending it over to him. And that's how he got the rights. This book supposedly exposes all of Diddy's shady moves behind the scenes, including how he exploited celebrities for his own pleasure. What's more, feds also managed to get their hands on stappies that Kim had allegedly stolen from Diddy's vault.
He has a plan, but it's dangerous. He has a vault where he keeps the videotapes of all of his conquests. I started sleeping with him again, and after he falls asleep, I would go into the vault, take some of the tapes, make copies, swap them, etc. Took her weeks to do this, but she finally has them all, and this is her way out.
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being or potentially under?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appeared
they
to be.
were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let
be.
me rephrase
right.
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Now, many people suspected that the evidence would land in jail for the rest of his life. But this is where things get seriously messy. According to Courtney's lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, they were going to try and get the book published by working with Amazon. Now, there were mixed reactions to the news. Some folks thought that the move exposed Courtney's true motives, someone who was interested in making a quick buck. Others were all in for bringing the truth to light. However, surprisingly, Diddy's sons, Quincy and Kristen, didn't want the book published. In fact, they went as far as to file a cease and desist order in the letter obtained by TMZ. The brothers said that they became the rightful heirs and owners of Kim's intellectual property rights following her passing in November 2018, and therefore her purported diary entries belonged to them. They also said that the whole flash drive tale is patently false and misleads the public, but if it were true, the flash drive belonged to them. And so they gave Courtney an ultimatum. He had 5 days to shut down the online sale of the book, stop doing interviews, making his false claims, and turn over any of Kim's possessions. He claims to have they also asked for any money he's already made off the book, but Kourtney did not take any of it lying down. He shot back with a legal response where Kourtney and his lawyer bring up an issue with Christian and Quincy, claiming he is trying to capitalize on Kim's hard-earned fame by selling Kim Porter. Tell it all. According to them, Kim was not an actor or entertainer, and her fame was solely tied to being Diddy's longtime paramour. He also said that he absolutely has the copyright to the book, since Kim gave him the rights before her passing. What's more, according to Kourtney, the brothers' cease and desist is a desperate ploy crafted by Diddy to extort money. He also said that this was a pathetic attempt, that illustrates just how dire the financial situation is for Diddy and his sons. That said, this isn't the first time Diddy's sons, especially Christian Combs, have shown such resistance to a tell-all memoir by their mother floating around a couple months ago. A book titled Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, was published on Amazon by Chris Todd, real name Todd Guzzi, under the Millwood pseudonym. The book apparently details a disturbing pattern of alleged violence against Porter. Porter claims that Diddy slapped her after she refused to use a strap-on during bedroom activity and even threatened her life with a bleep. The book also details alleged incidents of Diddy forcing Porter to cover up his mistreatments and hiding evidence of his crimes. The book's most shocking allegations center around Diddy's alleged exploits. Porter claims she discovered and copied tapes of Diddy having activity with young boys he managed, including a then 18-year-old pop star. Porter also details alleged group activities at Diddy's homes involving celebrities and both male and female partners. However, the book has since then been taken down, since it was determined to be fake. But the important thing is, right when it hit the shelves, Diddy's kids, especially Christian, were quick to slam the author and the memoir for spreading lies about their mom. Christian twins Delilah and Jesse Combs and Quincy Brown released a statement writing, "We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not. And anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. Additionally, please understand that any so-called friend speaking on behalf of our mom or her family is not a friend, nor do they have her best interests at heart now." At first look, it seemed like Christian was simply protecting his mom's legacy, which makes sense since the memoir did turn out to be fake. In the end, however, the memoir that Kourtney brought to the table was filed as evidence for Diddy's trial, so the chance of it being fake seems small. So why is Christian so hell-bent on preventing Kourtney from making it public? Shouldn't he be pushing to spread the truth out there? Well, some fans think that Christian was a part of Did Enterprise and the reason he doesn't want his mom's memoir out there, or the truth about her passing, is because it puts him at risk of being exposed as well. One person commented, "Whatever makes them feel like victims, because I don't think their hands are clean when it comes to their father's mess." Let's not forget that out of all of Diddy's kids, Christian has been the one consistently showing up at his dad's hearings.
Interesting too, because this time around, Diddy was brought in first. He was brought in about a couple minutes after 2 p.m. today, and we were all kind of waiting to see. We had heard mumblings that his mom might be in courtroom, that we were waiting for the children, but then nothing happened. But then, in another twist and turn, the children do walk in, but this time it was a lot smaller bunch than it was the last time. So last time you're having all of Diddy's children, except with the exception of Love, who is just a 2-year-old child, so she wasn't at court. But you had all of Diddy's children there except Love. But this time around you just had Justin Combs and Christian Combs, meaning that there was no Quincy there today. Delilah and Jesse weren't there. Chance wasn't there, and the caretakers of his younger children who aren't of age just yet, they were not present inside the courtroom as well today. But his mom also wasn't in court today. So when Diddy came inside, it was still that standard issued MDC jumpsuit. He's wearing khaki. From that video of, I think that was obtained by Daily Mail back in September, of Diddy playing hacky sack in Central Park, to now he appeared just astonishingly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different from the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thin.
It seems like he's really invested in his dad's trial, and most folks think it's because he's guilty. And that doesn't seem like a stretch, since Christian's got his own set of issues. Back in April 2024, a woman by the name of Grace Omar K filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court against Christian, accusing him of some serious mistreatment. According to court documents, the incident took place in December 2022, when Grace was working as a crew member and bartender on a yacht leased by Diddy and his family. It was supposed to be a wholesome family excursion, but looking back, Grace called it a hedonistic environment. On the early morning of December 28, 2022, Grace learned that Christian would be joining the party to record with music producer Rodney Lloyd Jones in the yacht's makeshift studio. He had been staying on shore at a villa, but joined his father in the evenings from time to time. According to Grace, he arrived heavily intoxicated on the yacht that day, and that he paid an inappropriate amount of attention to her. Later during the day, he got Grace alone in a room and became physical and extremely aggressive. The lawsuit includes audio recordings of the incident as well, since it took place in a studio, which was set to record at all times. Apparently, when Christian became aggressive, Grace said, "Excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. If I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that." She then said, "I can't. I have to go down. I have to go down." And while Christian Colmans tried to convince Grace to stay with him, but she said that she cannot unless he makes that request to a crew leader. Grace said this, knowing that anyone of authority who could approve the request would be asleep, and Christian would not be able to contact them. And well, that allowed her to escape Christian's clutches. However, her escape was brief, because later during the night, Christian came up to her again, this time asking her to show him a place to sleep. Since Grace was still on the job, she directed him to the yacht cinema, which was used as an extra sleeping area. And this is where things took a turn for the worse again. Christian blocked her from leaving, took off his clothes, and tried to force her to perform favors for him. Grace tried her best to resist, but Christian wasn't backing off. That was until another employee walked in. The suit includes photos of bruising on Grace's forearm, which was apparently caused when Christian grabbed her. Diddy was named in the lawsuit as well for aiding and abetting. However, Christian straight up denied the allegations. He posted a Snapchat story with the caption "Stock with the BS" that said the lawsuit proves that Christian's got his own skeletons to hide. In fact, there's a chance that he could face the same fate as his dad, with more victims stepping forward.
The civil case is concerned, so more people might feel emboldened, like, look, there is a criminal case here. This means that what happened to me is valid and I am free to speak out about it, right?
So if Christian really wants to keep enjoying freedom, he would do everything possible, like covering up his dad's crimes and making sure that his mom's memoir never sees the light of day. That said, there are still some people committed to exposing the truth, despite everything. I'll be sure is still fighting the good fight. He's committed to exposing Diddy. And that's exactly what he did when he made an appearance on Peacock's new documentary, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. I'll be sure is somebody who has a very complicated relationship to this story, a very personal relationship to this story. He has a lot to say, and I think he's working through his feelings of how he wants to say it and who he wants to say it to. According to him, Porter feared for his life during her relationship with Diddy as the couple began raising Quincy together. Before going on to have 3 of their own kids, he also shared some haunting words. Kimberly said, "Don't get involved, you will get killed." Let's just say you got to listen to Kimberly, because not only was she trying to save me, but she was putting her own life in danger. Al also revealed that even though Kim and him were divorced, A still stayed in touch during her relationship with Diddy and confided in one another. After Sean begins to see Kimberly and I remain friends. She started to confide in me. What she did say is that something's not right. His soul has gone completely dark, like he's just not there. She made me promise on a certain Quincy Taylor Brown's life not to ever reveal, because she was in complete fear of my life. And that's exactly why he didn't believe the autopsy report when it said Kim passed away from pneumonia. Apparently he had that empty feeling of Like, nah, something is not right with this. In fact, he had just seen Kim looking amazing at a screening of Quincy's Christmas movie, The Holiday Calendar. It was two or 3 weeks prior to her passing. Am I supposed to say allegedly? As for the memoir, well, I'll believes it's out there somewhere. Someone got the passcode to her phone and her computer, and they found out that she was writing what was going on behind closed doors. The public had no idea what was happening right in front of everybody's eyes, but there was. A lot of people who turned a blind eye. Honestly, Al suffered a lot, and he's still searching for answers. But he's not giving up anytime soon. He said in hindsight, I'm glad that things transpired the way they did, because this journey has prepared me for another level. I made a decision to go hard as it relates to opening the case on the miraculous death of Kim Porter. And so, even if Christian Combs is willing to go above and beyond to protect his dad, Albish is committed to going the extra mile and exposing the truth. Question is, will his efforts pay off? And is Christian really helping his dad cover up his crimes? If so, will Christian face charges as well once the truth comes out? Let us know what you think in the comment section below and make sure to check out this next video.